Thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Payne. Every day, ordinary people go to extraordinary lengths to save animals in trouble. This story is a great example. In Sand Lake, Wisconsin, Margaret Cook called her husband to see what she was looking at outside her kitchen window. A young deer stranded on the ice. While she took out her camera, her husband did what he thought was the right thing to do: try to save this helpless critter.
The deer was relatively nervous at the time when I first, understandably so, when I first walked out there. It didn't know what I was. Obviously I was two-legged, so I wasn't a wolf or a coyote, but I'm sure he thought I was a human and I was going to do him in, and was quite scared, so he tried to get away a few times.
The deer was small and didn't have antlers. Dr. Cook's first concern was to determine if the deer was injured and if it had any broken limbs.
Well, I walked very slowly and I talked the whole time in quiet voice. I kind of gestured, letting him know what I was doing. Obviously, not in deer language. But I kind of talked to him in just a way to try to reassure him with a voice that things were fine. And he tried to get away a few times. I finally knelt down beside him and tried to talk to him a little closer.
Dr. Cook said the deer was frightened and kept looking at him all the time. The critter had ice around his eyebrows and his back and his muzzle. He appeared very cold. And upon further examination, the good doctor determined the deer's limbs were not broken.
It was pretty much glare ice, pretty much where the deer was, about 150 yards from shore. There was some patches of snow which were like sandpaper closer in toward shore, and I knew I had to get him there. I didn't bring a rope. I didn't think it would be useful to try to drag a deer by its neck, since it would probably very much freak out, being choked, and then when it got off the ice it would then be a problem getting the rope off. So I decided perhaps pushing it would be a good idea.
Initially, the deer was scared as it was coaxed across the ice. But then Dr. Cook did something he says he does to his own dog. He started scratching the deer behind its ears and giving the young critter a massage, if you will. And the deer relaxed, allowing his compassionate rescuer to keep pushing him across the frozen lake.
He didn't want to get up at first, so I had to encourage him a little bit, and I finally gently pushed him up by the backside. And he got up, ran off, had a few slippery starts, and then just ran off into the woods and disappeared. This was a deer that didn't have horns. I was well protected with 2 layers of gloves. It wasn't like I was going out there in a foolhardy way. But it was 5 below, and it had been 10 below most of the night, and he was probably out there quite a while, and this just needed to be done.